Yo, what's good, YouTube? Smooth that real quick. It's your boy Rocha, and finally, the San Francisco 49ers have defeated the Arizona Cardinals in Santa Clara. As you see on the screen, the San Francisco 49ers now move the 9-1 on the year as they defeat the Arizona Cardinals 36-26. Again, another emotional roller coaster of a game. San Francisco starts down 16-0. Comes back, takes the lead. Arizona takes the lead. San Francisco comes back. 49ers win the game with 31 seconds to go. Just in a crazy up and down game. Let's get right into it. Let's start off with the offense. The offense was better. Let's just say it was better. The run game, again, non-existent run game. San Francisco 49ers had 34 rushing yards. Tevin Coleman had 12 carries for 14 yards. Raheem Mostert had 16 for 30, and Jimmy G had 1 for 7. The run game, man, is just non-existent right now. But they were able to find a way to win this game without a damn run game. The offensive line was better. Jimmy G was only sacked twice. That's great. Last week he was sacked 5 times, if I'm not mistaken. So that's great. Speaking of Jimmy G, 34 of 45, 424 yards, 4 touchdowns and 2 picks. He's only the third quarterback in 49ers franchise history to throw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. Who are the other 2, you may ask? I don't know, some quarterbacks named Joe Montana and Steve Young. Whoever they are. But Jimmy G, he had 2 bad picks. Both in the red zone. They were bad. The first read, I don't know what he was doing. He just threw right to a linebacker. The second one, threw behind Dwelly. Dwelly tipped it, trying to catch it, and it went into the hands of the defender. Jimmy G still needs to work on that. He's still young. He'll get that going. But otherwise, Jimmy G had a really solid day, man. I mean, 34, 50, 45 is amazing. The throw 45 times and only had 12 incompletions is crazy. 115.4 quarterback rating. So despite 2 picks, he still had 115 rating. Let's take a look at the wide receivers. A lot better today. Deebo Samuel has pronounced himself as the 49ers either future number 1 or solid number 2. 8 receptions, 134 yards. Kyle Juszczyk had 7 for 63. Ricky James had a beautiful wide receiver screen that took him 57 yards. Ross Dwelly, have a game, man. He only had 4 receptions for 14 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns. Kendrick Bourne had 4 for 31 and a touchdown. And Jeff Wilson Jr. had the game-winning catch with 31 seconds to go. 1 reception, 25 yards, and a touchdown. So, 49ers offense wasn't great, but they were a lot better. Again, 400. So, in the 2 combined games, Jimmy G threw for almost 800 yards against the Cardinals. That's crazy. Jimmy G able to shred that not-so-great Cardinals defense. Again, the run game just non-existent. They got to get this going if they're going to win these next 3 games. They have to. Receivers did better. I don't think there was too many drops. I think there was maybe 1 or 2 drops. So, one thing to look at, Marquise Goodwin had 1 reception for 5 yards, only 2 targets. Dante Pettis did not have a single reception yesterday. Didn't play 1 single snap yesterday. That's something to keep our eye on in the future. Maybe it was just like, hey, listen, you need to play better, and we'll see what happens from here on out. But Dante Pettis did not play a single snap yesterday. So that's going to be interesting to see. Again, offense was way better. They weren't great, but they were way better. Only 2 sacks given. If you guys want to know who got the sacks for the Cardinals, it was Jordan Hicks and, of course, Chandler Jones. So again, 49ers offense better. Run game needs to get going. Wide receivers looked way better. And Emmanuel Sanders, he had 3 receptions for 33 yards. Fighting through that rib injury, was not able to participate the whole game. I'm sure he'll be good to go next week against Green Bay, and George Kittle will be back as well for that Green Bay game. All right, let's go over to the defense. The defense, again, shows why they're one of the best defenses in the league, except for the run game. They gave up 150 yards on the ground. 135 yards on the ground. Kyler Murray had 8 carries for 67 yards and a touchdown. Kenyon Drake had 16 carries for 67 yards and no touchdowns. That's crazy. David Johnson did not have a single rush attempt this game. Wow. That's crazy to think about. So the run game, let's talk about that for a little bit. It needs to be better. 135 yards on the ground is not going to do it. These next 3 games, you're facing Aaron Jones, Alvin Kamara, and Lamar Jackson with Gus Edwards, Mark Ingram. They got to be better. They got to be better. The run game was their weakness today. It's got to be better if they're going to look to win these next 3 games, because you're going against Aaron Jones, who is tied with Dalvin Cook for the most touchdowns in the league, Alvin Kamara, who's one of the best running backs in the league, and in that running back tantrum out in Baltimore. So the run defense has got to be better. Pass defense, however, phenomenal. Kyler Murray, 24 of 33, 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, but the 2 touchdowns were short touchdowns. He was also sacked 4 times, but and a fun fact, Kyler Murray, 101.8 rating, is the only quarterback this year to have more than 100 rating against the 49ers. He's done it twice. So that just shows how much potential Kyler Murray has. But Kyler Murray was all right, 150 yards. Christian Kirk led the way, 6 for 41. Larry Fitzgerald, 5 for 37 and a touchdown. Farrell Cooper, 3 for 35 and a touchdown. And then Kyler Murray had a touchdown on the ground, like I said. But again, pass defense looking great. Pass rush, I don't think was as good as they should have been, but they still got to him 4 times. Let's see. Jimmy Ward had a sack. D Ford, DeForest Buckner, and Arik Armstead. Again, Nick Bosa did not record a sack. He did have 3 tackles. He did have a quarterback hit. So again, he's not getting the numbers, but he's still a presence in that backfield. 49ers pass defense is great. Let's see how many they had. Jimmy Ward had a pass deflect. PDU, Emmanuel Mosley, Richard Sherman, and Tre'Davious Moore. So 49ers had 4 PBUs. One thing I do want to talk about is Richard Sherman. He had 3 pass interference calls on him. He was getting torched. I want to say torched like yardage-wise, but Christian Kirk was giving him fits. Although one of them probably wasn't a pass interference, but what are you going to do? So Sherman, against these young, more speedier wide receivers, definitely showing his age. So that's a little concerning, but he's still, he's still Richard Sherman. He's still pretty damn good, Emmanuel Mosley continues to ball out. Akela Witherspoon was back this game. However, he was limited. First game back. I expect him to rotate him and Mosley out as the year gets on once Witherspoon gets more and more healthy. Again, look at Fred Warner, man. Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, 12 total tackles for Warner, 10 for Greenlaw. Both had a tackle for loss. Dre Greenlaw, let's talk about him. He's done an amazing job of filling in for Kwan Alexander. Last week he had the pick in overtime. This week, 10 total tackles, 1 for a loss. He's great, man. Jimmy Ward, he's having a healthy season. He's producing really well. Jaquiski Tartt, he's one of the most underrated safeties in the league. He had another fumble recovery yesterday. Another fumble recovery. He had another fumble recovery. And then DJ Reed, at the end of the game, he had a fumble recovery and a touchdown. So there you go. So again, pass defense, amazing. Run defense, got to get going. Offense, run, got to get going. Pass, looking good. Jimmy G needs to stop making these stupid mistakes, but he's going to learn. So overall, 49ers, I really liked what I saw. It's definitely a good bounce back game. It was a whirlwind of a game. They were down 16-0 at that point, came back to win. But they got to be better next week. They're most likely getting back George Kittle, so it's going to help the run game. It's going to help Jimmy G. It's going to help Emmanuel Sanders. It's going to help Deebo Samuel. So I cannot wait for this Sunday against the Packers. So once again, 49ers win 36-26. They sweep the Arizona Cardinals. First time they're beating the Cardinals since Levi Stadium has opened. So again, defense, offense, way better today. Run game, run offense needs to get going. Run defense needs to figure it out. But I am excited. I am ready. Sunday cannot come faster. 49ers and Packers is going to be a good one. All right, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts below in the comment section. Hit that like, hit that sub, hit the notification bell for more content on the channel. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Hope you guys have a good day. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.